cool light washes over you. For a heartbeat, the world blurs and the sounds of the forest fade into a gentle hush. When your vision clears, you find yourself standing in a place that feels like a living dream. The forest is still around you, but the colors are richer, the shadows deeper, and the light has a soft, ethereal glow. It's as if you've crossed into a realm where the boundaries between reality and imagination have melted away. In this dreamlike realm, you sense that huddle presence, a feeling that the answers you seek are woven into the very fabric of the place. The path ahead is yours to explore, and every step you take might reveal a piece of the truth hidden in the villagers' dreams, or perhaps even a truth about yourselves. Let me know what you'd like to do next in this dreamlike realm, and we'll continue the adventure.
Explore the dreams.
Absolutely. Let's dive into the dreams and see what secrets they hold. Exploring the dream realm. As you venture deeper into this dreamlike forest, the landscape around you shifts in subtle and surreal ways. Trees seem to whisper in voices you almost recognize, and the path underfoot sometimes changes color or texture, as if reflecting the emotions of the dreamers who have walked here before. As you explore, you come across shimmering images, fragments of the villagers' dreams that play out like scenes from a story. You see a young woman gazing into a mirror and seeing a version of herself that is braver and more confident. You see an older man reliving a memory from his youth, but with a new understanding of the choices he made. Each dream fragment reveals a piece of their inner world, a truth they may not have fully seen until now. In this realm, you have the opportunity to interact with these dream fragments, to understand the fears and hopes of the villagers, and to guide them toward a deeper understanding of themselves. Let me know how you'd like to proceed, and we'll continue exploring the dream realm.
Are those the souls of the villagers trapped in the archway?
That's a really intriguing question. Let's weave that right into the story. Okay, unveiling the truth, souls in the archway. As you continue to explore the dream realm, you begin to sense a deeper connection between the frames of the villagers' dreams and the archway you step through. It starts to become clear that these dreams aren't just random visions. They are pieces of the villagers' inner selves, echoes of their souls that have found their way into this realm. You realize that the archway acts as a kind of conduit, a bridge between the waking world and the dream world, allowing these fragments of the villagers' souls to manifest. They are trapped in a harmful way, but rather they are reaching out, seeking to be understood and integrated back into the whole of who they are. In other words, by exploring this realm and understanding these dream fragments, you and your party are helping the villagers reclaim those parts of themselves. Archway is not a prison, but a doorway to self-discovery. If you'd like to delve deeper or take another action, just let me know, and we'll keep going.
I talked to one of the reflections.
Absolutely. Let's have you engage with one of those dream reflections and see what unfolds. Okay, speaking of a reflection, you approach one of the shimmering images, the reflection of the young woman you saw gazing into a mirror. As you draw closer, the image seems to become more solid, and the woman turns to look at you with eyes that hold both curiosity and a hint of recognition. When you speak to her, your words seem to echo softly in this dreamlike space. You ask her what she's seeking or what she fears, and she responds in a voice that feels both distant and intimate. She tells you that she's been afraid to embrace her own strength, that the version of herself she sees in the mirror is the person she wishes to become. By talking to her, you offer her a sense of understanding and encouragement. In this realm, your words have the power to help her see that she already holds that strength within herself. As you speak, the reflection smiles and grows a little brighter, as if a piece of her soul is healing. Feel free to let me know if you'd like to interact with more reflections or take another path in the story.
Interact with more reflections, please.
Of course, let's continue and interact with more reflections to uncover even deeper insights. Conversing with more reflections. As you move through the dream realm, you come across another reflection. This time it's the older man you saw reliving a memory from his youth. He seems surprised to see you, but there's a warmth in his eyes as he realizes you're there to listen. You ask him about the memory he's experiencing, and he tells you that he's always wondered what might have happened if he'd made a different choice at a pivotal moment in his life. By talking to him, you help him see that while the path can't be changed, he can still find peace with the path he chose and embrace the wisdom he's gained along the way. You then approach another reflection, perhaps a child who appears to be playing in a field of stars. The child's laughter is like music, and you realize that this reflection represents the pure joy and curiosity that the villagers may have forgotten in their waking lives. By interacting with this childlike reflection, you help them remember the importance of play and wonder. Each interaction brings a little more healing and understanding to the villagers' souls. Let me know if you'd like to continue exploring or take another direction.
Can you take me on a path where I can roll dices?
Absolutely. Let's add a little dice rolling and make this feel even more like a true D&D session. Okay, so a path of chance and choice. As you wander through the dream realm, you come to a crossroads where the landscape seems to shimmer with possibilities. Here, the path ahead is not just about what you choose, but also about a little twist of fate. You find a set of ancient, beautifully carved dice resting on a stone pedestal. Well, it seems that this realm responds to the roll of these dice, offering different outcomes depending on the numbers you roll. Let's roll the dice. You pick up the dice and give them a roll. Let's say you roll a 20-sided die, d20, to see what happens next. You can imagine rolling a d20, or I can roll one for you. If you roll high, let's say a 15 or above, you might find a particularly insightful reflection or a hidden truth about the villagers' dreams. If you roll in the middle range, a 7 to 14, you might encounter a minor challenge or puzzle to solve. If you roll low, a 6 or below, you might face a more mysterious or tricky situation, but nothing you can't handle. Once we see the result, we can let the die have the next twist in the adventure. Just let me know if you'd like me to roll for you or if you have a number in mind.
I rolled a 7.
A 7, got it. Let's see where that takes us. Okay, the result of the roll, a minor dream puzzle. As the dice settle on a 7, the dream realm responds. The landscape around you shifts gently, and you find yourself standing before a beautiful glowing mosaic set into the ground. The mosaic seems to depict scenes of the villagers' lives, but some of the tiles are missing or out of place. It's a gentle puzzle, inviting you to rearrange the tiles to restore the image and reveal a hidden message as you and your companions work together to solve it. You notice that each tile represents a piece of someone's story. A dream, a hope, or a memory that needs to be put back in place. When you finally fit the last tile into position, the mosaic glows warmly and reveals a message of reassurance, a reminder that each villager's inner world is important and that their dreams are a vital part of who they are. With the puzzle solved, you've brought a little more harmony to the dream realm. If there's anything else you'd like to do or explore, just let me know.
I solved the puzzle.
That's fantastic. Since you've solved the puzzle, let's say the mosaic's warm glow washes over the entire dream realm, bringing a sense of calm and unity. The villagers' dream fragments feel a bit more at peace, and you've definitely made a positive impact on their inner worlds. If you'd like to continue exploring, or if there's anything else you'd like to do in the adventure, just let me know.
Can you give me some fighting scenes, please?
Absolutely. Let's bring in a little action and dive into some fighting scenes to spice up the adventure. Okay, Dream Realm battle, facing the nightmares. As you continue your journey through the Dream Realm, you come across a darker part of the forest where the shadows seem to twist and move. Here, the dreams are not just peaceful reflections. Some have taken the form of nightmares, and they manifest as shadowy creatures that roam the landscape. Suddenly, a group of these shadowy nightmares emerges from the darkness, their forms shifting and flickering like living shadows. They block your path, and it's clear that you'll need to fight them to continue your quest. A battle ensues. Your party readies their weapons and prepares for battle. The air crackles with the energy of the dream realm as you engage the shadowy creatures. Each swing your weapon or cast of a spell feels slightly different here, as if the dream realm responds to your intentions. You might face a nightmare that takes the shape of a villager's fear, maybe a giant shadowy beast or a swirling vortex of doubt. By confronting and defeating these nightmares, you help to dispel the fears that have taken root in the villagers' dreams. Victory and moving forward. As you and your companions fight bravely, the nightmares begin to fade, dissolving back into the shadows. With each victory, the dream realm grows a little brighter and more stable, and you know you're helping the villagers find peace. If you'd like to continue the adventure with more action or explore a different aspect, just let me know.
Yeah, give me a fighting scene with dices, please.
Absolutely. Let's turn this into a full-on D&D style battle with some dice rolling. Okay, Dream Realm combat, rolling for initiative. As the shadowy nightmares approach, you and your party prepare for battle. It's time to roll for initiative to see who acts first. Imagine rolling a d20 for your initiative and an all roll for the enemies. Let's say you roll a 12 for your negative. The nightmares roll a bit lower, so you and your companions get to act first. Your turn. Attack the nightmares. You charge forward and swing your weapon, or cast a spell at the nearest nightmare. Let's roll to see if you hit. Roll a d20 for your attack. You can pick a number or let me know if you want me to roll for you. Let's say you roll a 16 on your attack. That's a hit. You strike the nightmare with a decisive blow, and it recoils, its shadowy form flickering. Now the nightmares sing. Now the nightmares get their chance to attack. One of them lunges at you and will roll a d20 to hit shits. If they roll a 10 or lower, it's miss. If they roll higher, they might land a hit. They roll a 9, a miss. You dodge out of the way just in time. Your turn again, finishing the fight. With momentum on your side, you and your companions press the attack. Another roll. This time you roll a 14. That's another hit. And with a final strike, the nightmare dissolves into mist. The other nightmares, seeing their companion defeated, retreat back into the shadows. You've won the fight. The dream realm is safer, and you brought a little more light to the villagers' inner walls. If there's anything else you'd like to do, or any other scenes you'd like to explore, just let me know. your soon-to-be party members. They're discussing rumors of strange occurrences deeper in the woods, mysteries that seem almost like reflections of dreams. You step forward, your cloak catching the faint light of the stars, and introduce yourself with a calm, knowing smile. This is where your journey together begins, and from here, the story can unfold however you like. Feel free to let me know what your next move is, and we'll shape the adventure together.
Can you repeat the options, please?
Absolutely, I can give you the options again. So we've done the character sheet and the origin scene. The next options were I can write your party introduction scene, which is basically the cinematic moment of how you first meet the rest of the adventuring party and how they see you. We were going to do the patron sigil, but we can set that aside since you want to focus on the campaign. And if you'd like, I can also describe how your character speaks in game, their dialogue style, the kind of things they say, and how they interact. Just let me know if you'd like me to jump into one of those or anything else, and we'll keep going.
Jump right into the campaign, please.
Absolutely. Let's dive right in and keep the adventure rolling. You stand in that small village square, the stars overhead like distant watchers. As you introduce yourself to the gathered adventurers, there's a moment of quiet curiosity. They can sense that you're someone who walks between worlds, and perhaps they recognize a glimmer of that same dreamlike truth in themselves. The village elder approaches the group. She's a weathered woman with a voice like rustling leaves. She explains that strange lights have been seen deeper in the forest, lights that do not belong to any natural fire, and whispers of mirrored figures appearing in the mist. She asks the party to investigate, hoping that someone who understands the language of dreams might find the truth. And so, your journey begins. Together with your newfound companions, you step beyond the edge of the village and into the forest where reality and dreams start to blend. Feel free to let me know what the party wants to do next, and we'll keep building the story from here.
The party gets closer to the village.
As you and your companions move deeper into the forest, the line between the waking world and something more ethereal seems to blur. The path is soft underfoot, and the air carries a faint, otherworldly hush. It's not long before you see the farmhands of a village nestled in the woods. This village is smaller and older than the one you left behind. The houses are built of dark weathered wood, and the windows flicker with a half glow of lanterns. But there's something subtly off. The villagers move quietly, their faces marked by a kind of dreamy solemnity, as if they're half awake in their own lives. As you enter the village square, a man approaches the party. He introduces himself as the village caretaker, and you can see in his eyes that he recognizes the signs of someone who walks between worlds. He speaks in a low voice, telling you that the villagers have been having recurring dreams, dreams of a mirror that shows them a version of themselves they don't fully understand. And here, the real mystery begins. The party can choose to speak with the villagers, investigate the source of these dreams, or explore the forest around the village to find the source of the strange lights. Just let me know what you'd like to do next, and we'll keep the campaign going.
Explore the lights in the forest, please.
Absolutely. Let's follow those mysterious lights and see where they lead. You and your party step away from the village and head deeper into the woods. The trees grow taller, and the canopy above thickens, letting only slivers of starlight peek through. The air is cool and carries a faint hum, as if the forest itself is quietly whispering. Soon you notice the lights, faint glowing orbs that hover just beyond the nearest trees. They don't flicker like normal eye or lantern light. Instead, they glow steadily, casting a soft, silvery blue radiance. As you approach, the lights drift further into the forest, almost as if they're leading you somewhere. After a short walk, you come upon a clearing. In the center stands an ancient stone archway, half covered in ivy and glowing faintly with the same silver light as the orbs. It looks like a portal, a gateway to somewhere else, or perhaps a boundary between the waking world and the realm of dreams. This is clue the source of the strange lights and the dreams the villagers have been experiencing. The question is, do you and your party dare to step through and see what lies on the other side? Let me know what you decide, and we'll continue the adventure.
Go back to the caretaker and ask about the portal.
Of course. Let's head back to the caretaker and see if he knows anything about that mysterious portal. Returning to the caretaker, you and your party carefully make your way back through the forest, leaving the glowing archway behind for the moment. The village feels even quieter as you return, the villagers still moving like figures in this half-remembered dream. You find the caretaker near the center of the village, tending to an old lantern. When you describe the stone archway and the glowing lights, he nods slowly, as if he has heard of it before. He explains that the archway is an old legend in the village, a portal that sometimes appears when the boundary between the waking world and the world of dreams grows thin. He says that those who slip through may find answers to questions they didn't even know they had, but they may also face parts of themselves that they've never met before. He doesn't forbid you from going. In fact, he seems to believe that your presence here is no coincidence. He simply warned you to be prepared for whatever truth signed on the other side. With the caretaker's words in mind, you now have a bit more context. If you're ready, you can return to the archway and step through, or if there's anything else you'd like to do first, just let me know.
Yes, but step through the archway, please.
Absolutely. Let's take that bold step and see what awaits on the other side of the archway. Okay, with the caretaker's words lingering in your mind, you and your companions make... You got it. Okay, stepping through the archway. With a deep breath and a steady heart, you and your companions step beneath the ancient stone archway. The silvery blue glow surrounds you, and for a moment the world seems to shimmer, like the surface of a still pond touched by a gentle breeze. As you pass through, you find yourselves in a realm that feels both familiar and surreal. The forest around you is the same, yet different. The colors are more vivid, the shadows deeper, and the air hums with a quiet, otherworldly energy. It's as if you stepped into a waking dream, a place where the boundaries between reality and imagination have dissolved. In this dreamlike realm, you sense that answers await. Truths about the villagers' dreams, about the lights, and perhaps even about yourselves. The path forward is yours to choose, and the adventure is just beginning. Let me know where you'd like to go from here, and we'll continue exploring this dreamlike world.